I think it was Jackson Pollock, the famous American abstract painter, who said that painting is easy. It's the not painting that is hard. What does he mean by that? As creative people, as artists, we live for creation. The creation is our drug. It doesn't matter if it's painting, if it's sculpture, if it's music, if it's writing, if it's producing a play. It doesn't matter. The act of creation is what we need. We are junkies. We live for that. We live on that. We live thanks to that. Now, what happens when we don't have that? What happens to junkies when they don't have their whatever they need? They go crazy. They start doing stupid things. Sometimes they become violent. Sometimes they become ill, physically sick. It is exactly the same thing. When we create, we feel a surge of endomorphins and all these chemicals that run through our brain, and it just makes us feel good. It makes us feel alive. It makes us feel. When we don't create, it is emptiness. It is darkness. It is the abyss, and it is not looking back at you. You're looking at it, and it is not there, because you're not creating. You have not done something that makes you feel like a god, like a king, like a slave. You did not do something to improve your life, to improve your existence, to improve your being. And that hurts, physically. The problem with creative people is how they handle the time between creations. When they are not painting, when they are not writing, when they are not taking photos. This is a real problem. And I've seen it a million times with all of my creative friends. This is when people start being, I don't know, bitter, where they start being negative, where they fight with everybody about anything, where they get into trouble just to try and feel like they are alive. A 50-year-old artist who is in a period between creations is basically a 15-year-old teenager who's trying to push the borders, push the limits, see what they can say without being slapped, see what they can do, what kind of trouble they can get into. There is no way to avoid it, not if you're a real creative, because it is truly painful to pass these periods. People don't understand it, normal people don't understand it. What it means going 2 weeks, 2 months, a year, without being able to create, to really create. It really does drive people crazy. The only advice that I can give you, and this is not a bad advice. This is one of the good advices that I hide in the pile of the bad advices. A very good advice. Acknowledge the fact you are sick. Acknowledge the fact that without creating, you are not well. Acknowledge the fact that in these periods between the bliss, the heaven of being a god, of creating, of being in control, of making things out of nothing. Just imagine the power of making things out of nothing. Acknowledge the fact that between these periods, you are in risk. You are a risk. You are a liability to yourself, to others. You will try to get in trouble. You will fight with people over nothing. You will be mean to people without any real reason. Acknowledge that fact. Know that it is coming. Know that it is happening. Then you can try and control it. Then you can even say to yourself, today I feel extra mean. Maybe it's best if I don't go to the bar and meet the friends. It will not end well. Be an adult and say that to yourself once in a while. Know that these are periods where you have to be careful. about yourself, about other people, about life in general.